Hello everyone, QueensGuard here now, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make a QueensGuard discard deck, which is actually my number 2 deck on the YouTube channel. This is kind of one after the patch that was made like a couple of months ago, but I haven't actually came around to make one yet. But I think this one is pretty good, so I'll talk you a bit through it. So you've got the QueensGuard, obviously, you've got the Raiders to discard. So you expect these cards in there, and you have the Whale Harpooners. Basically, these 3 cards are just a very good bronze unit that can generate a lot of strength. So we just use them to fill pretty much the gap to get 25 cards. I've chose Olgierd and Mortvog for carryover. I mean, I was stuck on which last silver to use, and I chose Mortvog. I think out of all the silvers, he probably was the best one. So I've chose Olgierd and Mortvog, but you can chase Mortvog for another silver card if you want to. But I chose Mortvog. I've got Korok, it's just a very good gold card. Lugos, he's very good with discard. And obviously Ceres, because that comes out obviously when all the QueensGuard comes out. Once something comes out of the graveyard, she obviously comes out, but you obviously know that. The Warmongers, we're using them to discard the Raiders, so they come out. So that's quite a solid bronze unit. That's like 11 strength, so I think that's pretty good. And it thins our deck out as well. And then we've got Drake Bondiu. That's obviously to buff our QueensGuard, Sigfridas, so you can either resurrect Bondiu or Gremist. And obviously we're using Gremist because it's just an all-round brilliant silver card. And we're obviously using Priestess of Freya, and that will resurrect like a QueensGuard, or maybe in a Whale Harpoon if you got a lot of them. But it's mostly to resurrect the QueensGuard in the 2nd round and the 3rd round. And we've got Restore. That's a really good card now, actually. If you restore, so basically it's a card in your graveyard. So let's say we choose Gremist. You'd choose Gremist, and that'll be a 10 base strength, and then you can bring him back to your hand and you can play him again. So it'll be a 10 base strength plus his obviously ability. But you can use it to any one of these cards, but I prefer to use it maybe on the QueensGuard, or Gremist, or maybe Drake Bondiu. It's up to you. But I'll obviously show you once we're in the game. And we're using drop because not many decks use Clear Skies anymore. And you know, if it's a long going round, this is a very good gold card, and you know, give you a lot of power. And that's it, and we're obviously using King Bran. So basically I'm just going to show you how we play this in the game, because that is the main thing. That's how you'll pick it up. So we go straight into a ranked game here. There we go. So I do find this deck, you know, really good. I mean, I think there is different ways you can play in QueensGuard, but I prefer this way. I mean, I used to be a really big fan of the QueensGuard discard deck, so I'm happy I'm playing it again. Okay, so we obviously want to go down to 1 QueensGuard, and we obviously get rid of Ceres, and we could get rid of a Raider or one of them, but it's quite risky. We don't want to get another QueensGuard. We're going to get rid of a Raider, and we've got a drop, so that's good. But you always want to make sure you've only got 1 QueensGuard in your deck, and you don't really want any Raiders either, and you don't want too many Priestess of Freya's, but this is fine. And he's lost a coin flip, so that's a big advantage to us. But first then we're going to use King Bran anyway. We know straight away what we're going to do. Use King Bran, discard Ceres and the 2 QueensGuard. He took a while to choose that for some reason. I have no idea why that took so long to flip. Right, so first of all we're going to use King Bran. And we're going to get rid of Ceres, QueensGuard, and another QueensGuard. So they're all in our graveyard. Like that. Okay, so now we're going to use the QueensGuard now. I mean, to be honest, we don't really need to win the first round. If this first round goes on for a while, even if he wins, it's fine. QueensGuard, you don't really need to win the first round.
Yes.
So we're basically just bleeding him out. So now we're going to use Drought.
Yes.
Don't make me laugh.
We're actually just going to use a Warmonger now. And we'll discard a Raider. That's fine, we're just going to use another Warmonger. Get out of Raider.
I'm ready.
That's fine, so we won first round. And we've got 2 cards down, but I don't think it makes a big deal. For some reason this game's so slow, I don't know why. Okay, so that's pretty good, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna keep that, to be honest.
Glory to you.
So we'll use Drake first and we'll buff 2 of our QueensGuard. And then we're going to spawn the QueensGuard. That should put us quite ahead.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice.
We're not going to pass because QueensGuard are very good with low cards in the last round, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to carry on.
I shall be your eyes, my lord.
Okay. We don't need to use Princess Freya, 'cause that's for the QueensGuard. Sigfrieda, we don't really want to use her. There's nothing really I want to resurrect. Cora, we could. You know what, we're gonna do it.
I suppose. And the end.
This is quite risky, but if we just just keep pushing it.
Who is to die?
We'll destroy that card. And I think that's it. I think that's all we'll go for. Alright, we're going to pass now. As I said, it's best to go in the last round with few cards as possible, because you can get out the QueensGuard, which is very high strength.
Varu?
And he has to use another card. Alright, so yeah, this is looking good. It's going to be a one card advantage, but it isn't too bad.
Yield and save me some time.
We don't want a raider, so we're going to swap that out. Lugos, brilliant. Very good card for the last round, because a lot of strength. Right, so first of all we're going to
The goddess protect you
resurrect,
from all evil.
resurrect gonna resurrect Drake,
Glory to you.
and that will buff the QueensGuard.
Careful.
Here comes Sirius. Okay, and now we're going to resurrect the QueensGuard.
Who is virgin, mother, and crone.
And there we go, it's around 42 strength. And we've still got Lugos, which is very high strength, and we've got Restore as well, which is pretty good. Still not 100% sure what to use it with though. Raid will be a solid 10, that'll be a 10 plus. I think it'll be a Harpooner, to be honest. Oh wow. Okay, now we're going to use Lugos.
What is it? Oh, you sniveling sack! So that's how it's gonna be, eh?
Yeah, we'll do damage on that. And there we go. 52 strength. I think we've got this. Did he just damage his own unit? Okay. And we're just going to get rid of that. And I think we've done this. There we go. And we did. There you go. That's how you play the QueensGuard. At one point I actually thought we were going to lose because we were so many cards down. But we did it in the end. We did it. So yeah, that's how you play the QueensGuard discard deck. I think that's a pretty good example. And yeah, I'll show you the deck one more time. There we go, so that is the QueensGuard discard deck, and we didn't even get a chance to use Old Geared or Mortvarg, but they're pretty simple to use. We used pretty much every other card. We used all these, we used these, we used all the gold cards, we used most of Warmongers, we used all of these, and we used them too. So the only two cards we didn't use was Old Geared and Mortvarg, but they're pretty simple how to use. You just place them, they'll come back next round with half their power. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, any questions or any suggestions what deck you'd like me to make next? Because these are all my decks so far. I haven't really got on to Skellige or Nilfgaard yet, to be honest, or even monsters. Skellige is definitely my strongest faction. I know a lot about Skellige and a bit about Northern Realms as well. But the rest I don't really play, but I am hoping to get round to them because I'm pretty good. I'm in the pro ladder and I think I'm pretty good at playing Gwent, but I'm not up there yet with the pros, and I do want to get to that level. Maybe one day. Might take me a while, but hopefully one day I will. But yeah, any suggestions what deck you'd like me to make next, just comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.